Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Will and DeShaun. Um, we like Zoom so much that we just decided to keep using it. I'm back in Atlanta now. You never know what really good resources you have that are free. So, shout out to Zoom for the win.
Right.
But I'm
Get y'all some
DeShaun.
Zoom. Look, get y'all some Zoom stock, and I'm Will. Because Zoom is actually making really good money right now. So
It's
for people.
just such an easier life. And everybody who I podcast with has said the same thing. We're like, why we been on Zoom?
So it's like so convenient,
Right.
especially for us, since a lot of our viewers have said like they were so surprised to see what we actually look like because we was only doing
Right.
audio for so long.
Exactly. But so today we want to talk about the Billy Porter statement that he made. I guess he made it on his Instagram, and I guess maybe Shade Room reposted it. It's probably
Yes,
what.
it was posted back. It will, of course, like anything, it gets posted on the Shade Room.
Right.
So I'm going to preface by saying that before we get actually into it, the original video, what I come to find out, is 16 minutes long.
Oh shit!
So what we saw was just of course, a snippet of what's been actually being shared through Shade Room and other media outlets. So now I have a better, should I say, understanding of.
Oh, you saw the whole thing?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay, but you watched.
I was like, let me get a little bit more information of what he was talking about. But anyway, with the Billy Porter situation, where he was saying on the Shade Room, he was basically, of course, with all this going on that everybody knows with the Black Lives Matter movement and things of that nature. What Billy Porter was saying, to sum it all up, is that as an LGBT person, he's been fighting, basically kind of almost like fighting for, not to say equality, or no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. What he is saying is all black lives matter. Oh, why am I getting so caught up in what I'm trying to say, actually? So basically what he was saying is, if black LGBT lives don't also are included with Black Lives Matter, the movement is kind of like, I guess, one-sided.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How did you feel about what he said in the post?
When I hear Black Lives Matter, I hear all Black lives.
Okay.
That's what I hear. That's what I think. As a gay Black man, that's what I feel like. When I hear Black people, I think of myself. When I hear Black Lives Matter, I think of my life and everyone who's Black. I don't understand. It's like I kind of get what he's trying to say with the whole, but I don't think it's the timing is right for what he's trying to do, far as within the community, because there are a whole lot of things that's wrong within the community,
right.
Within Black people. I don't think a Black man's death is now time to start focusing on, well, hey, what about Black gay people and how Black people treat Black gay people? And I don't think it's accurate to relate it to white supremacy either.
But you know what? In all honesty, it's kind of semi the same, because they treat us just like the white people treat Black people in general. That's how the straight people treat gay people, in the same way, the same discriminations and prejudice.
Well, I just can't agree with that.
Not with this particular, with the George Floyd situation, but it's true. Like,
I think just because there is a prejudice, I don't think it has the same weight of a racism prejudice. I mean, what can Black people really stop you from doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, white people have stopped us from doing all type of stuff in the past. Like, they run the system. It's systematic racism. It's a different level of, discrimination.
Well, there are some systematic discrimination against gay people as well. Especially, and again, I would say this, sometimes it's only you regionally, and I guess where you live. Because of course, as a gay person, you can't be fired for being gay on your job, or prevented from getting the opportunity from being gay. And it's true. Believe it or not, Georgia's one of those states.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
Atlanta's super gay, but
right.
Georgia is one of those states where you can't be fired for being gay.
Right, absolutely.
Or not hired because you're gay.
Right, and I'm not going to sit up here and act like, these things don't exist, these issues don't exist. Like, I'm not going to sit up and act like we've all passed that, that era.
You know what the thing is? We're all marginalized people. As a Black person, you know, we're marginalized just in general. You know, there's just something that we've been dealing with, what we heard about once we got on this earth, you know, once we came to fruition. And then also as a gay person, you know, we're also marginalized as well. I mean, it's just the truth.
It's true.
We didn't have a lot of rights.
That it doesn't exist. Like, it's like, I'm not going to sit up here and say people not getting thrown out their house for being gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, people not being ostracized by their families for being gay. Like, that's definitely a real thing. People aren't bullied in school for being gay. Like, I'm not saying that it's over, but I just don't think we should compare that to white supremacy. That's how I feel.
Gotcha.
I just think they have different weights.
Kind of, sort of. They still kind of, I think the white supremacy side is a little bit more up there than the gay part. I will say that. I will agree with you on that, but I do see some similarities in both.
Right. And I also feel like I said, like, I feel like we've come a long way as well as gay people. I think if you look at where we are today and the things we could do and how kids are growing up today, it's very different from how kids who were gay and people who were gay lived, you know, just a decade ago. And then if you go back 2 decades or 3 decades, we've come a long way. But versus
people don't have to be
and Black people,
closeted
as
what they used to be. Like, people don't really have to be in the closet like that anymore, like they used to be. I mean, again, here's the thing, and it goes to close up this whole closet thing. This is what I'm saying. Again, and you know how I feel about this. I feel like as gay people, I feel like we should not have to come out the closet because there is no closet. We are just being ourselves, and people should just accept us for who we are, because there's not one time a straight person have to tell you that they're straight. So I don't understand why gay people have to tell you that they're gay. But that's just the heat out there.
That's a whole other podcast.
Right, we might do that on the next podcast. You know, right. About that. You know, why people just can't live. You know, it just in general. As Black people, like I was talking to you guys when we all got up together, you and my other friend group. I was saying how this whole Black Lives Matter George Floyd situation has really affected me. Was affecting me so much till I was beginning to be depressed because of what all is going on with, you know, with the police brutality and, you know, like the looting and it's just everything is just so bombarded so much on social media till it became overwhelming. It became too much.
It's a lot.
And also still dealing with the pandemic. So it's a lot going on in 2020. And I had to literally
Hornets, goddamn.
I'm telling you, we had Hornets, we got killer Hornets, we got coronavirus.
Hurricane season came early, Lord.
Right. We got Black people just getting shot and killed by the police left and right.
One that we know.
So, right. Right. And it's so, and, you know, it's just, I just say it's so disheartening to be, I don't want to change my race, and I don't want to change who I am, because I love being a Black person. I truly, truly, truly do love being Black. But it is hard as fuck sometimes being a Black person. It is. And all the things that we have to go through. And I tell you, I said, it's like, sometimes you just don't even want to leave the house. But I was like, guess what? They coming in our house and killing us for no reason. So it's like, where can you go? Yeah. It's like, where can you go? And I felt at this point, I was like, if I go jogging in the neighborhood that's not predominantly look like me, they're gonna, where if it's predominantly like me, they're gonna be like, is that nigga stealing? Because, you know, we're used to Black people just running. And then if you're in a mixed neighborhood, if it's white and Black, then you still got to be aware of cautious of just running, you know, or just going for a jog and not getting killed, being pulled over by the police and not being killed, just sitting in your living room watching TV and not getting killed, you know, so, or in your bed sleep not getting killed.
All type of scenarios, okay?
Like, it's so, like, we as Black people don't have peace, and people wonder why we suffer with PTSD.
Right. I mean, everything you said was absolutely true. I get exactly what you're saying. My question is, with that being said, you have those feelings towards, as a Black man dealing with white supremacy. Do you think, as a gay Black man, the feelings are the same towards dealing with the Black community as a whole?
Now, I would say this, as a gay Black man, no, I'm not, nobody's breaking in my place trying to kill me, or even by mistake, quote unquote. I do feel safe in my neighborhood. I'm sure my neighbors know I'm gay. But there are some others. He's like, you don't, well, again, I don't really like to go to a lot of like straight bars or straight clubs based on my safety. I'm not a flamboyant gay by no means, but I know a lot of times being in those environments sometimes when people get belligerent, not to say they can and can't clock the T or whatever, but I would rather not put myself in environments that will cause me harm.
But do you think that's a personal thing?
No. That's definitely that's a personal thing. Yeah, it's not like like people are seeking out to hurt me like white people are or white supremacy is.
Someone used to say that every black person got a white man running around his head. And so
what does that mean?
Sometimes I feel like every gay person has a straight person running around their head. Sometimes I think things could be, even with race as well, a lot of times we kind of create situations.
Okay.
And even with race, and like I just said, I get everything, you know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way with, sexuality. A lot of times, because of our past traumatic experiences, we still think that, people are trying to clock us, looking at us, staring at us. Like, a lot of things are eternal. And don't get me wrong. I know to this day, somebody's being called a fag. Like, I know to this day, things are happening. I'm not saying those things aren't happening, but I just don't want us to lead with a traumatic experience and make it bigger than what it needs to be, to the point where it's like overshadowing a movement that's including us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And again, with Black Lives Matter, it was fun. It was founded by two queer women. So, and then they had D. Ray McKesson, who was also a gay black man. So that's why I was like, so actually, funny thing is, Black Lives Matter happened with the whole Ferguson situation. Once the quote unquote Hotep people found out that that it was founded by quote unquote queer people, they had backed off. And notice for a very long time, the Black Lives Matter movement seemed to have dispersed and like disbanded. It's like it had kind of like went away because we didn't hear anything about it anymore.
Right. I mean, Black Lives Matter in itself is a controversial movement. They have a lot of issues, from their funding to what some of their bylaws say some weird stuff, and it's kind of weird.
And it's also an organization. It's not necessarily, quote unquote, I guess, a movement or whatever. It's organizations based on it because they didn't put themselves as the leaders like a Malcolm and Martin Luther King did. They started the organization. People picked it up at whatever region that they lived in, and it went from there.
Right, and even with that, like Black Lives Matter has a lot going on. I've even heard that with Ferguson, there were other people on the street. They're like the people who always be on the streets, and Black Lives Matter kind of co-opted that movement and turned it into something else. So even with that being said,
it's always somebody stealing something somewhere, right?
Always, right? Always. But even with that being said, I feel like when I hear Black Lives Matter, I'm hearing everybody who look like me.
You feel included.
I feel very included, personally.
Same. Same.
And I can't speak for all gay men, all black gay men, but personally, I feel included.
I do as well, because at the end of the day, because again, the Black Lives Matter movement is about the whole thing of being killed, by police officers and white people who don't care about our lives. That's what it's about. It's not about our sexuality. That's the whole movement is about. It's about that. It's not excluding the fact that we're gay. It's just about the systemic things that we continue to go through as white people. I mean, as black people from white people. That's what the movement is about. Us being killed. The whole thing why Colin Kaepernick to this day is blackballed. For standing up for literally taking a knee, and his man died from being a knee on his neck. So it's like
it's almost some weird type of
parallel, right? It's like the upside down.
Weird.
Have you ever watched Stranger Things?
I think I tried to once.
What's the show?
Shout out to them though. Everybody like that show. Jesus.
It is. It's good. Well, the show Stranger Things, they have a place called Upside Down. It's like the dark side of like the regular world. So that's how it kind of like flipped with the George Floyd and Colin Kaepernick situation. But anyway, the knee situation, should I say? But yeah, I do feel included. I don't feel excluded from that, because at the end of the day, I am a black man first. People see black, they don't see gay. I'm not a flamboyant gay man, so they don't see that. They see a black man. And I'm not saying that I'm the most passable gay person that it is, but at the end of the day, if I'm look suspicious, it's a black, because when I tell you, when they see black people, they see criminal. I will never forget. This is the first time this is the first time I ever what I'm trying to say. This is the first time I ever experienced discrimination based on the color of my skin. One Christmas year, matter of fact, I think it was like in 1999, because it was, or was it early, or 2000? However, it was this Millennium Monopoly game that came out. It was around Christmas time. It was actually around Christmas time. And my dad wanted this Millennium Monopoly game, and that's what I was going to give him from Christmas. Downtown Chicago used to have a Toys R Us. It's now a Nordstrom's Rack now, but they used to have a Toys R Us downtown. Of course, I work downtown, so I went there to go find the game, to get my dad for Christmas. Do you know that they followed me around that store? Because of course, you know how you look around the store and you're looking for a product or whatever, and you just look and you see things, you're just looking at stuff. They followed me around the store, asked me if I needed help at least 15 times, but yet literally a white woman was over here stealing Ninja Turtles. Literally, she was literally shoplifting, but they're following me around the store. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time I ever had experienced a prejudice based on how I look. And that's the reason why now, even today, I don't stay in stores for a long time, especially like department stores. I try to hurry up and find what I want and leave because of that's just the first time it ever happened.
I've been followed too, actually.
The second time it happened, again, I was shocked. Well, it was a store called Carson Period Star. It's kind of similar to like Dillard's and Macy's. Right. And that's about all I was walking Sean John billboards. So I used to go, that's what they sold the Sean John clothes at. So I was going in there, shopping as I do, look at stuff. Next thing I know, it's one person folding clothes by me. Next thing I know, it's another person folding clothes by me.
That was their folding clothes area.
Next thing I know, it's 3 people folding clothes in the area that I am looking in to buy clothes. So guess what I did?
Fold clothes too.
I gathered all my clothes and said, can one of you guys help me?
Right.
And I took my shit right to the register and paid for it. So what you're not going to do is, and that's why I said, you thinking that I am in here stealing or about to boot something, bitch, I got the money to pay for these things. I am in here trying to pay for these things.
Right. I've been in a couple of similar situations, and I'm sure I've been in situations that I didn't even know I was in, meaning somebody was probably following me, and I didn't know I was being followed. But like, I used to wear a hood like all the time, and I've been followed around
Trayvon Martin Jr.
Right, like before Trayvon Martin, pre-Trayvon Martin. I've been followed around stores before. Like, I remember one time, like when I first got to Atlanta, my sister was like, they thought y'all was stealing. It was me and one of my other brothers, and we was walking around the store, and we had on like these black jackets, and they said they thought we were stealing. So I've definitely been profiled. Like,
see, based on how you look, a white person could have had on a hoodie in the store just because. Matter of fact, like you said, if you had on a hoodie or a jacket in the store because you had on a jacket because it's probably chilly, it was cold outside, and just because you had on a hoodie or a jacket, right, you're cold. But if a white person had on a hoodie, they wouldn't have no problem.
Right, exactly. So, I think, why did we say all this? Go ahead and sum it up real quick. I forgot.
Well, to sum all things up is that, again, Black Lives Matter. And the reason why we said that is because, guess what? In those instances, had we gotten killed in those stores or, accused, just like George Floyd did. George Floyd got accused of having a counterfeit $20 bill or a check or whatever and ended up losing his life. What if those same situations would have happened to us where they accused us of stealing out of their stores and the police arrested us and had us on the ground with a knee on our necks and we would have died? Exactly. So to sum it all up, that's what we're saying. Things like that happen, that the way that they look as Black people as criminals.
Also, no community is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So there are issues within the community, and no one wants to ignore, because it's feminists, it's Hotep guys, it's the LGBT, and even within the LGBT, it's stuff there too.
Right, so, right.
I don't think now is the time to start blurting out all the little subgroup issues. You know what I'm saying? I think now it's the time to be unified and not divisive.
Absolutely. Let's work on this, and then we can work on that.
Okay, exactly. And that's eternal, too. We got white people. You going to mess around and have people coming into the group telling us what to do. And
because, you know, like I said, yes, that's a great thing that we see white people also protesting that Black Lives Matter, which is fine. We need our allies. We need our accomplishments. But what? You better be careful, because next thing you know, they took it over just like they did Pride.
Okay. So
like they do every movement. Because Pride, again, since this is Pride Month, Pride was started. Yes, Pride was started by a Black and Latino trans woman.
Marsha P. Johnson, her documentary is on Netflix too.
Yes, it's good. I've watched it when it first came out. It was really, really good. But again, yeah, for those who want to learn about how Pride started, you can go watch the Marsha P. Johnson documentary on Netflix. But again, they were started by them, and then guess what? Look what Pride is now. Now Pride has gotten so far; it's just corporate.
Right. That someone said that in the Shade Room comments. It was like, white people have to figure out how to make money off of white gays. Oh gosh, but
yeah.
With all that being said,
they co-opt everything.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, before you end, but I want to go back to the Pride thing. Pride also was a movement and a riot. It was a fight against the police who were coming into gay clubs, arresting people for being gay.
Right, and I think that's a great example of where we were, you know, with Pride, as far as police like throwing you out the club for being gay, versus where we are now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, they were. Of course, it was violence against. It wasn't just like, okay, just go home, get out. They were, you know, it was violence. Right. Sometimes it might have been some undercut of deaths that we never knew about. But with all that being said, is that to tie everything together, we have always been in the movement, and yet or started the movement.
Right. I mean, from Bay Rustin, like, we've always been a part of the movement.
We've always been the movement.
How I want to tie what I'm trying to say together is, you can't compare. Well, look at where we were as gay men, getting thrown out of clubs and shit for being gay, to now. I'm not saying it's healed completely, but we still got room to go. But then look at, like, an iconic cover was the Time cover, and they had like 1965 scratched out, and they replaced it with like 2018. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like Black people are kind of dealing with the same thing as a whole.
They're doing the same thing. God, would it ever end? With these baby boomers and stuff die, and Generation X die, so we can be free.
Wait a minute now, my parents baby boomers. We rushed my parents to the death.
Your parents are Black conservative / liberal, so and they have a LGBT child, so they kind of like understanding. So they're not like these. I'm talking about as far as the racists. I'm not talking about the gay part. I'm talking about the racists.
But okay, I'm glad you said that, because one thing I discovered when I was home, I was like, so I'm gay, but I'm not any different. I think it's a difference between them just seeing me versus when I bring a man home. I think that would be a little bit more tested, because I'm just the same person. I'm not anything different. You know, they just know that I'm gay.
Oh my God. Thank you for saying that, DeShaun, because you know how I feel, you know, about the situation would be in my parents. I just want people and I guess I'll say this on another podcast, I'll go into my whole spiel and what things were said about me when I was younger. But I just always wanted people to see me for me. That's why I say I don't feel there's a need to come out. I am me. I'm just who I am.
Right.
Like, just, I am, I mean, nothing's different.
That's your journey, though. Like,
right.
Nobody.
But like you said, your parents still see you as DeShaun. Like you said, I'm basically, I guess, until you bring a guy home, and then it'd be like reality.
Oh, damn, he really gay. He gay.
Right, and maybe it'd be like reality. But at the end of the day, they see that you're not any different from who they raised you to be.
Right, exactly. And you know, coming out, and that's a whole other podcast too. But coming out is a very personal journey. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but you. So,
absolutely.
Y'all be safe out here in these streets. It's a lot going on. Also,
but use y'all Second Amendment rights. Go and get y'all some gun licenses and stay strapped, okay? Because you run up, you get done up.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, oh, absolutely.
Talk about y'all vitamins and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sea moss, y'all black seed oil. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your greens, your fruits, and your veggies, so your your vitamins and your levels will be up, so you don't be just getting sick for no reason.
Drink you some spring water or artisan water,
Drink
preferably
water,
Fiji. Oh, Fiji water.
exercise.
But let me not say that name too much because they ain't sponsoring this podcast yet.
Right.
But yeah, exercise. Go outside and get y'all some sun. We are
Vitamin
sun
D.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Go get you some sun.
But until then, y'all be blessed. Happy Pride Month. Bye.
Be safe, y'all.